up from the underground, pop with thunder sound. Pop, pop, watch them run around, niggas don't sound. They talk big-ish, but when we come around, pop, pop, watch them run around, niggas don't sound. About who's sucking on the presidents. I wanna know why my people form habits they can't kick, making me sick to my stomach. And you can try to look away, but every day I'm reminded that we came from it. We got our name from it. I said the tone and crawl flesh and bone to protect my own. I ain't unique as fire.
What does it take to be a hip-hop DJ?
Now what this you owe? What you gon' do when nobody's got a clue? How we did it? About to get a meal ticket off them things that bang off the slang that we kick. Coming like prophets, hitting hard like comets.
The Temple of Hip Hop is the culmination of all of hip hop's organizations that have happened over the years. It is the pinnacle of that. It is us learning lessons, learning organization skills, learning the culture. That's number one.
Everybody that represents on this album come from different wide arrays of culture, which is still the hip-hop culture, but, you know, you have some people from West, some people from South, you know, me from Jamaica, you know what I'm saying? So on a national, on a worldwide thing, you know what I'm saying? It's a good learning instrument for the young MC, the young break dancer. You know, it's a walk. It's like a storybook, you know what I mean, in music form.
If you have gonna go shot till it don't let me say Alabama, suppose you don't become second to none and a boy can't rob you, yo. If you have gonna go shot till it don't let me say Alabama, suppose you don't become second to none and them can't rob you, yo. Alabama, who the back, who got the back, who celebrate, who from, who's at the back, hustle every day. Papers stack, who doesn't every way. Fact is fact, let it put you up on the map. Build an empire that you can't strike back, no greed that we back.
Number two. Not only is the embodiment of our history as hip-hoppers, it is the definition of us as hip-hoppers.
Can I define hip-hop? Hip-hop is everything.
It's a way of life, man. You get up in the morning, you eat, sleep, drink, breathe.
You know, down from what you eat, sleep, think, drink, talk, dance, wear, how you express yourself.
It's an expression, it's a culture. It's a culture, it's a way of life. It started off as graffiti, breakdancing, things of that nature, but now it's evolved into a way of life.
Hip-hop is a culture. Hip-hop is a way of life. It's just something you breathe, it's just something you sleep, it's something you wake up to. It's just something you enjoy doing. It's a craft.
It's a daily operation.
And that's what the Temple of Hip Hop is. The society of responsible hip-hoppers that really care for it. They live it, they eat it, they breathe it, they are it. They're not just doing hip-hop, they are hip-hop. The spirit of the project was to bring new talent into hip-hop that understands the importance of the unity of hip-hop.
We were invited out on KRS-One's project, Temple of Hip Hop, official members now. We got a joint on there called Cali Living, pretty sharp. Just here to represent.
Cali, from South Central past Moreno Valley. Brothers rolling on chrome, girls parallel to Halle. A lot of 50 get to be the so-called boss. Drugs, alcohol, and spilling got the black man lost.
When we rap about reality of what we went through. Everyday life situations. And most likely people can relate to that because they're going through the same thing. Like we said, everybody basically the same, just different situations, but we can relate to that. And we like, we going through the same thing you're going through, so we can just help each other out and get through these situations and make things happen. So that's basically
I don't like using the term, but we're keeping it real.
Cali, the unemployment seems to increase, and everybody good or bad, how the police, a place the world want to visit, but some of the natives hate to be. This is dying, still a gang bang faithfully, forever drug dealing, old folks chilling, cars cranking the bass and graffiti on the buildings, bad and sad feelings, adolescent cap killers, found dead for doing his head.
The music on this album, Criminal Justice, affects the listener in this way. It makes the listener acknowledge that there is a unified force to hip-hop culture. That hip-hop is no longer this free-flowing thing. Yeah, we have elements of it just being free-flowing and doing whatever it does, however it does it. But the album makes you know, makes you acknowledge, makes you aware that there is a group of people that are serious about the preservation of hip-hop as a culture.
3, 2, 1, 0. It's a Temple of Hip Hop album. You got like featured artists, you got dope artists on there. You got our Born on it, a new artist, Nice, you know what I'm saying? You got KRS, you know he gonna rap. He got Exhibit, he got Mad Lion rockin', you gonna get new joints from Lion. You get one exclusive from me, you know what I mean? A little something for, you know what I mean? Dope enough, though.
Of course, incredible, unedible, rap attack like cataracts. Bring it on, my fellow man, no other minds are matter of facts. I break it and take fakes and kill them and make a mistake. And niggas better take your time before you be at your wake. Now the case is these fake kids be really talking and yapping. I'm gonna get walk it, move your brain for the cabin. Now slow it down, now hold it down. You up and you know it now. I huff and puff and I blow it down. Now who the fuck you gonna roll it now? When I hit you, you feel it. Like 40 bags of the dope fish. I leave you laying next to the coke and slide like I'm the culprit. You know it's me, what it look like. If you're North Thor, write your book right. I'm the thing that's from the hood that makes you wish you could right.
It's just a well put together album, and it expresses hip hop. You know, it is the temple, it's the nucleus of rap, and that's why it was put together to be brought forth to the masses, and they can hear this compilation of very different artists coming together for one common cause. You know, showing their quality to everybody, and just putting together a well balanced album. You know, that's what it means.
Yo, my lifestyle tremendously poor. The streets is a hard birth me. Now I'm in your door with the bull. Robbing your mama, carjacking whip with the armor. Live drama, my slogan is death before dishonor. My action speaks louder than words. You heard? I wanna blow your wig loose, your brains on the curb. I'm from the school of prison, cell block, race tradition. Drop gems in the ocean, keep fishing. His Majesty, high priest, blow like these. Murder the beast, rock neck rap, crack concrete.
The object of this particular project is for you to understand that there is a serious movement happening right now in hip-hop that is here to preserve hip-hop, protect hip-hop, and further promote the 9 expressions of hip-hop as a culture and expression. Those that say, I am hip-hop, have taken a vow to be responsible for the way they look and act in society. By telling your friends about Criminal Justice, the Temple of Hip Hop's album, you tell your friends also about the Temple of Hip Hop and also about hip hop in general. All true hip hoppers should support this album. Thanks.
We got our name from it. I said to Tony, all flesh and bone to protect my own. I ain't unique, it's 5 million of us running the street. And the rest is on lockdown for trying to hold the block down. I got a right to be hostile. I used to drink a little Henny and cool it. Now I abuse it. My only justice when I block load and aim to use it. Squeeze the trigger, fill the whole room with chamber music. I know the ends that had it all and blew it. My lyrics shine like a big body Mercedes, so get into it. Smash the gas pedal, touch metal. Red level is the never-ending saga of God versus the devil. We up from the underground, pop with thunder sound. Pop, pop, watch them run around, thinking don't sound. Ain't talk big-ish, but when we come around, pop, pop, watch them run around, thinking don't sound. I was called love is love, that goes hand in hand with an eye for an eye. Yo. Oh no, another one, we killing it again. MC Tahiti, cause they'll know they'll never win.
The Land of the Boogie Down was done about 4 years ago. Wyclef was supposed to remix another song. We were just in the studio messing around, and he said, he come from the land called Boogie Down Bronx. And like that, we was like, oh, that's kind of hot. I took that, sampled it, and flew it in to this song that we now have. And when I played it for him, he said I was crazy.
He comes from the land called Boogie Down Bronx. Word up, hold it down, y'all. Where women grow and men so long. Keep it moving like
You know, Wyclef is one of hip hop's geniuses. I mean, he does it all. And he also shuts up the naysayers with his very existence. When people say that hip-hoppers are not musicians.
When I say what I'm telling you is real. You can act wild if you like, but it's better than jail. No Tommy Hill, I strip it down to just scale. KRS-One, Kenny Breeze, team and well. It's funny.
The track comes from one more shot. Cause I love you. Only the old heads will know what time it is with that.
He comes from the land called Boogie Down Broad.
So, yes, it's a danceable track, but let me also remind you that KRS-One is not really an MC that gives you dance music. My music you listen to and you rewind. You listen to my music in a car while you got a long trip. You give my music to people who are getting ready to graduate because it'll put them in the right perspective first.
You see me on all type of styling in the club when we rub it up, that's where you find me. Look behind me, all of Americans in the stereo, taking care of your KRS-One in your area with the new clothes, videos, new wins. You think they get your hands in the air, but where's the lyric? For real, MCs that get respect don't need a CD or a TV set, they still catching red.
The people are calling for it.
Class in session. What is democracy?
Yo, it's the rule of the people. The self-rule. It's what the people want.
That's right. But is this a democracy?
The people are calling for me to come out. I can't even walk down the street without somebody saying, hey, KRS, yo, when you coming out, man? Come on.
Tell me why are all the schools they falling apart, and why the youth not taking no music or art, and why the professionals really don't know where to start. No one really cares about.
I only speak when I have to speak, and what some people should realize is that not all artists are just rapping for money. I think that at 35, I'm like a young elder in hip-hop, and I love it.
Let me tell you about getting your family out the mean ghetto to Green Meadows, where you can finally be settled. That street level, freak level, pulling out heat level, eating meat level, deceit level, that's that beats level. You gotta stand upright in a house with 3 levels.
One of the things that I'm looking to impart is self-worth. I'm looking to raise the self-worth of the listener.
You gotta get yourself up. You've been knocked down, get yourself up.
Throughout the album, there are songs that advocate, I would say, very traditional morality. People are ready for this. There's an audience who would love to buy a rap album that was hardcore but had no curses on it.
What is a real hip-hop MC? Is it MTV? Is it BET? Is it 5MIC so the people can see? I mean, how you think you free when you act like property?
Get yourself up. It talks about not being defeated. Get up. And people want it. They want to hear hardcore beats and real concepts and rhymes without some woman being called a bitch, or a hoe, or this, that, and the other. Real writing, real lyrics, real beats. And that's what people want. And that's what we're going to give them. It's called the sneak attack.
You've been knocked down, get yourself up. You've been knocked down, get yourself up. Yeah. Who will be standing when the smoke clears?
Any MC that does not have respect in the community is not hot. And the reason for even making such a statement is because it's now time to separate the men from the boys.
They not hot. All they do is talk a lot. That's not hot. Where's your respect on the block? That's hot. Not because you friends with the cops. That's not hot. A real MC, you're not. I'm hot. Been hot. Repeatedly heated. So I'm hard to teach you. Hot. You best be seated. You got to.
You know, do you really see hip-hop as a culture unto itself? Can you really see a hip-hop city? A city where hip-hoppers are living in peace amongst each other? Can we really see that? Or are we just trying to get this money off the next rap record?
You don't rock, you grab money. Your rock the spot and you grab the honey. It's about to get ugly. I don't even go to these bullshit kitty-ass clubs.
This is a living, breathing culture with sagas and epics, and I'm just one of the scribes. You know, in another 10 years, the mayor of maybe your city will be a hip-hopper. In just another maybe 5 or 10 years, a governor will say, I had Criminal Minded. I had Long Live the Cane. I used to love Salt and Pepper. It's coming. How are we preparing for it is my question. That's the job of the philosopher, to tell you things that are coming up. You may not want to hear it, but at the end of the day, here's the truth, man. 10 years from now, the President of the United States could be a fan of Puff Daddy.
Where's your respect on the block?
KRS-One, 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 KRS-One.
For the next 1,000 years, people are going to look back and say, oh, there was this obscure little culture that burned up in New York and the Bronx called hip-hop. What will they say of it? Was it just, oh, the descendants of ex-slaves winds up partying, drinking, they all got arrested at the end of the day? I mean, what are they really going to say?
I shout out for you fans. Look at this place. Why was I chosen to pick up the reins and carry the flames, the torch, the name, Millennium Games? It's all the same. Sinners repent, mainly for fear.
I know it sounds corny, but I really care. It means that first and foremost, the positive black male and hip-hop male image needs to come out onto the TV. That image is me.
We crush them and they click. Let me tell you right now what you're supposed to get. You're supposed to get free and intelligent, not a platinum plaque, that's irrelevant.
I mean, like, real knowledge shocks you. It even makes you mad at times. It even makes you question the person giving the knowledge.
Keep doing your thing. You cannot get the diamond ring if you can't really sing, or if you haven't got a skill that you ready to fling.
We crush them and their crew. Let me tell you right now what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be buttoned up right to your neck. If you're a woman, you'll get respect. That's a contrary message to everything you see on television and on radio today.
So why did I have to come off my sabbatical? Battle you, my melodrammatical.
Everything else is contrary to what I'm saying. But if you think about it, that's what makes a real record. If just 50,000 of the people that believe KRS-One buys the record, they will change the world for the other million that is just frolicked in mindless rap rhetoric.
With the Breeze team, you know how we do. We crush them and they click. Let me tell you right now what you're supposed to get. You're supposed to get free and intelligent, not a platinum plaque. That's irrelevant.